Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. Right now I'm in an open house and I have some time between people coming in and out, so I thought that I would jump on here and tell you guys my story. For those of you who have been a part of my channel, subscribing and have been supporting me along, then you know that I am fairly new to the real estate industry. For anybody who is new, hi and welcome. My name is Leah. I was previously in the insurance industry for about 2 years, a little over 2 years, and then just back in November, I would say that was my last time actively selling life insurance, and that's when I jumped into real estate. I started real estate school back in December 5th to be right on the dot. Did all of the courses, did all of the hours needed, all of the requirements. I took my test on January 23rd. I passed it on the first try, and I started actively pursuing real estate in March of this year, so literally last month. So that is my track record as far as when I got out of the insurance industry and hopped into real estate. And so these past 2 months, here in San Antonio especially, I've had so many encounters with different realtors, with different lenders, you name it, just the community. So I've met a lot of people. And one of the main things, as a conversation starter when you meet new people is like, oh, how did you get into real estate? That's always one of the main questions that I get asked a lot. And I share this story with everybody, of course, who asks me. And one of my preferred lenders actually, encouraged me to share my story and put it out here because he loved it so much, and everybody who I come across actually loves my story very much, and I can see why. It's a very godly story, if I may, and so I wanted to jump on here and kind of share my story with you guys. So this video specifically is going to be just my story on how and why I am in the real estate industry. So let's go ahead and get started. November 28th of 2022, I want to say, was probably around that time, because I know that I was still helping families after Thanksgiving. So I want to say around the 28th, 29th was when I last sold my last policy. So I was in Corpus Christi. I remember that it was the end of my day. I finished helping all my families that day. All my appointments were over with. I want to say it was around 7 p.m. That night when I was going to H-E-B to grab a sandwich and just some food to munch on, I was thinking about real estate a lot. I just kept going back to the idea of me, going into real estate. And it was something that I've actually always wanted to do, but I just did not, and I just focused on the insurance industry because it was around the time where I first got licensed for the insurance industry. So I just kind of let that thought go. Lo and behold, 2 years later, that night, I started thinking about real estate a lot. And so I sat there in the H-E-B parking lot. It's gonna get good, I promise you. And I was sitting there and I was like, why do I keep thinking about real estate? Why are these thoughts going in and out of my head? So I sat there in the parking lot and I prayed. I prayed to God and I asked him to give me guidance, give me a sign if this is something that he's trying to nudge me to pursue, or is it just my own, thoughts and my own ideas going back and forth in my head, because it was a long day and I'm at this point depleted and have had no calories in my system. So I sat there in the parking lot, did a quick prayer, asked for a sign, asked for guidance to see if this was something that he wanted me to do. So end of my prayer, I get down, I go inside H-E-B. I usually get like these sandwiches, these pre-made sandwiches, and I usually eat that with like a bag of chips. And so I went straight, I was on a mission. I went into H-E-B, got my stuff, went to the self-checkout, and the self-checkout that I was at was only doing cash. I don't carry cash. I don't know anybody who carries cash anymore. And so I was like, great. And so I'm like looking through my little wallet that I have, looking for change, looking for like dollar bills. And so whatever, I finally found cash to pay with, and my hands were super dirty, from the coins and the dollar bills. And so I was, naturally looking for hand sanitizer around the cash register, but there was none. So I was like, okay. So finished checking out, put my stuff in a bag. This is where it gets good. And it may not make sense to you. It may be like, that's it. That's what you ramped up this video to be. But it's where your faith is. And I think that I don't believe in coincidences. I think that everything is put in the order that it is meant to be, especially when you ask for something and then something appears, or you're thinking about something, you're subconsciously thinking about something, and then you see or you come across something that kind of like answered what you were subconsciously thinking. I think that God makes things happen in the order of which they need to happen, especially when you ask him for a sign or guidance. Sometimes he'll answer, ask and it shall be revealed. Does it happen all the time? No. Sometimes you're sitting there asking like 20 million times. But in this situation, I asked and I received. So as I was walking out, keep in mind with my story, my hands were so grummy and crusty because of the coins and cash. And I was looking for hand sanitizer. There was none. So as I'm walking out of the store, there are these two huge stands. You literally cannot miss them. They're gigantic, of hand sanitizer wipe machines with two Keller Williams signs just blasted right in front of me. I literally stopped, stared at those two signs, and was just amazed at the fact that everything played out the way that it did. And if that's not a sign, I don't know what is, right? So I believe truly that, I had asked God in the parking lot literally 5 minutes beforehand, and then I came across that as I was walking out. I truly believe that he had answered my prayer. He had answered, what I was asking of him. And so that night, I literally logged on to Champions. I bought the real estate school package, did the whole thing, went through the whole course, took my test January 23rd, passed it on the first try, actively started pursuing real estate March 1st, I would say, because I had to move to San Antonio. And so now I'm here and I'm loving it. I think it's everything I wanted it to be, everything I hoped for it to be. And granted, I'm still in the beginning stages, but I couldn't see myself doing anything else. I hope that I don't do anything else. I think that this is something that could be really, really good at. Just being one of the top realtors in San Antonio. And I'm putting out there on this video because it's true. Like, those are my goals. Those are my dreams. That's what's in my heart to go and pursue and make happen. And I think that it was answered through prayer from God. And I'm going to go and do this. I'm going to do this thing, and I'm going to do it well. But that is my story, and I actually have a closing next Friday, so I'm really excited. My first month in real estate, and I have a closing next Friday, and I'm really excited for that. And I don't get any glory for that. I honestly, truly believe that was all God. I thank him so much every day for these opportunities and just the little successes that are coming my way and opportunities are coming my way that I know to be super thankful for. And yeah, I just really wanted to share this story with you guys because faith, have your faith, ask God, ask him for guidance. Sometimes he won't answer, and that's okay, but sometimes he might, sometimes he will. I guess that's a little confusing because I know there are so many times where I've asked for something and I'm just like, was that it? Was that not it? Like, it's hard, and there's many times where I ask a lot of different things and it's silent, but maybe it's just not the right time. So that's my story. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you guys took something from it, knowing that putting your faith in the Lord and just asking him for things or asking for guidance, sometimes he will answer. And I hope that you guys are full of just assurance, knowing that he heard you and he's trying to guide you. So I will see you guys in the next video, and I love ya. Hey guys, so the good news portion of today's video is amazing because it ties right into my story. I'm telling you, I don't believe in coincidences. I'm at the open house still, as you guys can see. I'm in the same attire, and I walked into the bathroom and I saw this. So I thought that not only does it tie really, really well with my story, but I hope that this gives you guys some encouragement, motivation to start your day the way that this is perfectly illustrated. Let me share it with you guys. So I read this, and it is beautifully written as to why you should start your day with God. Always pray, ask, and seek, and he shall answer. And if for any reason he doesn't, keep seeking, keep knocking, it will come. I'm going to take a picture of it and then put it in the video so you guys can read it. Because I know I'm talking, I don't want to ruin the moment for you guys. So here you go.